Hello and welcome back to awtoolbox.com. My name's Glenn Keller, and in this video we are taking a look at our first set of what's new in 2412 topics. And what we're doing is we are kind of walking through the what's new in 2412 guide provided by Siemens and giving you a lay of the land on some of the topics that we think are important for core investigation. Now, please note that we've provided a link to this topic in the post. And we want to make sure that you definitely take a look at that documentation, as we're not covering every single little tidbit here, just the big ones. So in here we have Active Workspace 2412. And one of the first things in the fundamentals section that it mentions is the toolbar commands have been moved and reordered. Now, what it's talking about with this is if you open up a component inside of Active Workspace, we'll go ahead and full screen this display. I'm going to pull this over, and when you select things, you're looking at the toolbar over on the right hand side. So you'll notice a couple of the buttons have been reordered, and then one of the things that you'll see in here is the ability to do a tree view now. So you can see related content, and when you expand that content, if it has stuff under it, it will expand out to multiple levels, and you can see that related data. So we not only have a modified toolbar here with the ... to say anything in addition to what we need, but it's been rearranged to make it a little bit easier on us as we're working with it. So in here, the toolbars have been reordered and rearranged. The other part that we can take a look at with this is that they're hidden on collapse. So if I collapse this as I was, the toolbars are actually hidden as well. So a little usability feature here. And then that tree view is another component of this. We've had the tree view over on the left hand side for a long time, and now we get that tree view right here inside of this view. Now, the layout manager is another enhancement. That's a new feature as of 2312, and that's up here. If I select that, this has been enhanced a little bit, and you can switch between the views, and you can switch back to the view if you want, and it just kind of moves those views around, kind of like what we were used to inside of the rich client. So this is a little bit more enhanced. We have a layout manager, so if you hover over it, that's the layout manager, and then you get those layouts. So there is the ability to hover over layouts if you have additional layouts built in the system and remove those now, or save layouts if you want to save the configuration. In addition to that, a couple of other notes of topic is that you can now create a project or program inside of the system. You can add or remove team members. So if I come in here, projects and programs would have to be defined for you to work with them, but I have a projects tile. We've had this since the 14 framework, but now I can actually create a project in here. I can come in and say this is my special project. We'll call it special underscore project 001, and we'll say special project for the name. So I can create a project or a program, add it to a category, hit add, and then it'll create that program. I can come down below it and I can see the users in there, and I can set their status within that project and manipulate it. Now on the administrative side, you can also specify these using Access Manager to kind of control what's accessible within that project data. The last piece is a piece I don't have installed right now, and that's discussions. It comes in with active collaboration, but there are some enhancements you should take a look at with those discussion elements. Now, for Active Workspace Fundamentals, that pretty much wraps up the fundamentals overview. As we get into this, we're going to dive into things like searching and indexing, installation and deployment, administration, security, and more topics as we go through this little what's new in 2412 overview.